Big Smoke opens an orphanage. On paper, that's the nicest thing anyone does in this entire game. In reality, it might be the coldest move he makes, and most players never clock what it's actually for. Let's set the scene. By this point in the story, Big Smoke's crack empire is booming. He's working with the Ballas, he's working with corrupt cop officer Tenpenny, and he's laundering drug money through his new job managing rapper OG Locke. He's got cash, he's got power, and he's got a PR problem because word's starting to spread that he's dirty. So what does he do? He goes on the radio and announces he's opening an orphanage.
And more positive news came from street good guy Big Smoke, who today unveiled his new orphanage in a ceremony in Los Santos.
Yes, thank you, thank you. I'd just like to say this is a great day for the impoverished and disadvantaged of Los Santos. And it's a real honor that I am as generous as I am. I remember when I was a little boy, my dear mother would ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I said, Mom, I want to be a savior. It's a great opportunity. The Big Smoke Orphanage teaches kids important skills. I was an orphan. I struggled. I saw friends make mistakes and get pulled from the path of righteousness. But now, thanks to the generosity of a great man like me, kids is going to be saved. Big Smoke, baby! Remember the name!
For the kids of Los Santos, he even tells this story about how when he was a kid, his mom asked him what he wanted to be when he grew up, and he said he wanted to be a savior. Real touching stuff. The news actually starts calling him a street good guy. Overnight, the guy funding a drug empire is being praised as a community hero. Here's the problem. Look at who he's actually recruiting. Orphaned kids. Kids with no parents, no guardians, basically no one checking in on where they are or what they're doing. That's not a coincidence. That's the entire point. Think about it from Big Smoke's position for a second. He needs people to move crack around the city without drawing attention. Adults get watched. Adults get searched. But a kid walking through a neighborhood barely registers. And orphaned kids specifically have nobody asking questions if they suddenly have new shoes, a little cash, somewhere to be every day. They're the perfect distribution network, and Big Smoke knew that going in. So the orphanage isn't charity, it's recruitment. He takes in kids who have nothing, gives them just enough stability that they trust him, and then quietly puts them to work moving product for his empire. Child labor just dressed up as a good deed, and the disturbing part is how well it works on every level. It funds itself since he's using OG Locke's money to cover the appearance of it. It expands his drug network with the least suspicious labor force imaginable, and it fixes his public image at the exact moment he needs it fixed, right as people are starting to whisper that he sold out. We never actually see this play out on screen. Rockstar doesn't show you kids running product, but that's almost the more unsettling part. It's not a mission. It's not a cutscene. It's just sitting there in the background of a single radio interview, hiding behind the word orphanage. And most players just hear Big Smoke's doing something nice and move on. That's the whole game with this character, honestly. Every time he looks generous, check what he's actually building underneath it. The orphanage isn't the exception to who Big Smoke is. It's the clearest example of it.